We're starting today with a mainstay of 2021, pimples from masks. What's up everybody? Thanks for watching today. So, I want to talk about one thing that I've been noticing a little bit more often in B-roll lately. Add audio to your B-roll, please. Like, if you're flying a drone, it doesn't record audio. But you should put audio in, it's half the experience. If you don't have the audio of whatever thing you're shooting, you're not really watching the entire video because you're missing half of the thing. Add it! If you don't hear it and see it, then like you can't feel like you're a part of the video and you don't know what you're watching and it's weird. Add audio. Please. I don't know. What the f am I doing? I probably look like I'm having a mental breakdown, but it's fine if you add audio. Most people don't know this, but I'm a real estate photographer, and I have quite a few examples of what I mean by adding this extra sound into your B-roll. What I have here is a real estate video where I added extra audio to the slow motion to make you feel connected to being at the house. I'm gonna play little segments of it and show you what it's like. When I was at this house, I made sure to record all the actual atmospheric sounds of this place to give it an accurate representation of what it actually feels like to be there. As filmmakers, we want to make people connect. In this case, since I'm selling a home, what I wanted people to do was feel like they lived there, and it was really important that I captured the actual audio of that place. To show you the contrast, I'm going to turn off the audio and play back the same clips. I think it's pretty clear that the audio really adds a lot to that. The problem with slow motion and oftentimes B-roll or drone shots is that it's really hard to connect with some things because you don't actually feel like you're in that space. Audio can help you fix that. Adding audio makes people feel connected and feel like they're actually in the space and engaging in the content. To illustrate this idea, I went to a lake earlier today and I shot some B-roll. And we're going to add some audio to it to show what I mean. What's important is to get the sounds of everything in the area. The cars passing by, the water, maybe some airplanes. Normal atmosphere noises so that you can add it into your video. I was hoping for more sunshine, and I think it's finally coming. When you add these sounds to your video, it makes people connect to your video more because they feel like they're actually there. Now I'm gonna go get audio of the water. I'm gonna make sure that I get a totally neutral sound for this area with the water, birds chirping, maybe some cars, but just a general sound so that I can reuse that for the video. And we're gonna throw it back into the studio with the final work. The shots that I chose to use, I think really would be helped out with audio. That's the stream. And then we have more water. Lastly, I made sure to get audio of a truck passing by. It's hard to see in this shot, but this one isn't very close to the waterfall. And this one is extremely close to the waterfall. It's probably 20 feet to my left. What I'm first gonna do is make sure all the audio tracks are separated just to make it a little easier. We need to account for the reverb of the space. This was a decently large canyon, and we need to make sure that we recreate the audio of that as best we can, if that's your intended purpose. What I'm gonna do first is pan the audio pretty far to the left. It's not necessarily the most pleasant thing right now, but it's accurate.
So I'm gonna bring down the volume a little bit, and then I'm gonna add in some sort of reverb. I'm just gonna do this in Premiere, so I'm not gonna use my extra fancy reverbs. We're just gonna work with what Premiere has right now. On this reverb, I'm probably gonna estimate that the room size is pretty big because it's outside. So I'm gonna go to the full size of that, make it decently large. There were some reflections, not too many in this area, and the decay was shorter in this area. So let's see how that sounds. There we go. I think our reverb is a little bit too strong. I'm gonna bring down the wet. I still want to have that churning, like gargling noise to make sure that you know what it is, because before it just kind of sounds like white noise. Well, it's too loud. That sounds pretty accurate, I think. On these shots, I already had the audio recorded with my microphone up on top of my camera, but I still should pan it and adjust volumes a little bit. With this one, the water's passing mostly to my right side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the panning a little bit to my right side, just a tad, because I still have the waterfall slightly on my left side, but the majority of it is passing by. And this one's almost entirely on my left side, so I'm gonna move that quite a bit to the left. There we go. And that's starting to feel like we're in the space again. And this was just atmospheric noise. I don't know if it adds too much to it, but it's something. I'm actually gonna make that a little bit louder, so I'm gonna put a compressor on that and bring it up a little bit. And finally, we're going to the truck. I think this one's gonna be kind of cool. What I really need to do on this clip is I need to make sure that there's still the water noise. So I'm going to copy and paste over some more of that original water noise that we just did in the last clip, because it's still there. We're still at the lake. I think the biggest thing that's gonna make this convincing is that we have a truck going from basically your left ear to your right ear, and adding that pan from going to your left to your right is really gonna sell this shot, so we're gonna do that. Let's play this clip in its entirety now.
As you could hear, I added extra sounds for the creaks. You could hear birds chirping, you could hear whooshing if the drone went fast, and those are really important to make you feel like you're a part of the video and feel engaged to it. There's a reason why you don't feel engaged with slow motion videos. Slow motion videos, because they don't have audio to it, it doesn't feel real to us. That's why Hollywood movies rarely do slow motion, is because it's kind of strange to put audio to, for one. But also, you can't connect to it. Anyways, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for, what?